And away we go, folks. Let's get right to it. No time to wait. No time to waste either. What's going on, chat? Great to see everybody back here. Another fun summer session. Let's get to it. A lot going on and a lot not going on. A lot going on in the market. Not a lot going on in crypto. So let's talk about it. Let's get to it. In fact, we're going to start with crypto today for the first time in a while to get it out of the way. I think we're all looking for some kind of opportunity there, but we're going to have to just kind of keep it on the side. Really quick, get over to harmonictrader.com, become a basic member right there, register now, and then get on in and get with the software. Quick note, looks like we're going to do the Zero DTE option seminar September 14th. September 14th. That's 3 weeks from Thursday. So if you are a new subscriber or you've recently purchased the program, just connect through the Discord. Miss Stephanie, I'll let you know about that. But September 14th, that's a good day. Get with the software, folks. Get on harmonictrader.com and send your username for TradingView to hpc@sr-analyst.com. A lot of people are hooking up with that and then one of the 4 primary desktop programs. And please take the free trial first for all of them. Really important. Really important. Free trial first. And if you have questions, get on the Discord. With everything else, I mentioned this last week. Check out all the new webinars available on the basic members page Okay, and then gold members, you know the options seminar from a couple weeks ago is there as well. Let's get right to it. What's going on? Great to see everybody today. Really, markets just doing a kind of a dead cat bounce here after last week. Good to see everybody. Hey, what's up, Evan, Miss Stephanie, Nearall, and David, Frankie, Mateo, everyone else, John, your sip. What's up, Sheed? Let's get with it. What are we looking at right now for today? After a pop yesterday, I think the only thing we really need to consider is Nvidia. Big earnings announcement coming up, and that's been all over the place. It was up 30, then it was up 10 this morning. Now it's down 10. Amazing. Right now for NASDAQ, I just think this is a type 1 pop here, folks. A little reaction, ABCD on the 60-minute. The big deal is the 4-hour time frame. We said this in our Discord. Essentially, all we have here, we're going back-to-back HSI. So we got oversold last week. That's it. And now we just generated an overbought signal right at 15K on the NASDAQ on NQ futures. That's all that is. I'm not favoring any longs yet, but we'll get into that. Let's jump really quick. Let's get crypto out of the way. And let's just get into it of what we looked for, what we're anticipating. Okay, because we talked about this of the 28.3. And what happened? We blew through 28.3 down to target 2 at 25.6. 25,600. This is a major failure. I would have been okay if this would have been a strong candle, but not this strong. I was looking for a 28K test on BTC with some stabilization. It gave you the absolute opposite. Also, we knew 30K. We were squeezed for a long time. 30K resistance, 28K support. Obviously busted. You need more time on Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's the only thing I'm really looking at. Maybe XRP. We'll get into that in a second. But like I said, this will probably be until I see some larger signals get generated. I will just sit and wait on crypto. I will sit and wait on crypto. I can't tell you where the next opportunity is on Bitcoin because there's no pattern. The only larger structural thing I'm looking on Bitcoin now, because it busted it out, is a larger connect the dots. I talked to this yesterday to the members, and I will review it for you folks. It was pretty thorough yesterday in our Monday member session. But what we're really looking at is the shark off of last year's last ditch down, the summer peak, and that final move down. Why? Because of the 1618 from the August high down to the November low. And then, so what is this? This is impulsive. That's it. It was an impulsive 1618 shark. 30,000 caps it. Where do we go from here? Have to think shark to 5-0. Shark to 5-0, folks, is the shark pattern really, and the 5-0 were real breakthroughs for me outside the scope of M and W structures because they have a lot of character to them. This impulsive wave, this move that's basically big thrust down, I mean, that was a fat divergence at the low. Take it up to a 1618. It's mechanical. It's similar to the larger framework when we connect these dots that your 5-0 move is 23.5. So that's what I would have to see at a minimum. And don't forget, shark to 5-0 includes 618. Let me grab the right point here. And so that's your zone. I'm going to stay to that. 618, it's around 21.6. It really is, look at this weekly chart here. The other thing I got into with the members is the fact that we did hit HSI on that last ditch down, but not any kind of inflection. It's almost like with this type of bust through, and the deeper you go, the more continuation you will see. A real devastating move for that. If you were hoping, I was looking for this thing to consolidate and finally give us some high level continuation reading. If you even go to the weekly here, you got to just step back, let this oversold reading adjust and straighten itself out. That's 23 to 21. We've been saying we want to see a really fine opportunity going into the fall, long opportunity, almost ideal. And we do want type 2 patterns on daily, weekly charts as we start to go into next year. But with this kind of a thing and with, more of the weekly phenomenon coming together, I'm going to respect that, give it time, and we see the destruction in the altcoins. So here, let's go to number 2 on our list and just play it through here. Number 2 is definitely XRP, even more so than Ethereum. And Ethereum, we'll get to that in a minute, but XRP is demonstrating the framework perfectly. Harmonic pattern framework where we look for the reaction to target 1 and then we come back to target 2. All along I was saying the fact that it got so rejected, it was such a perfect retest to target 1, no matter what your data feed is. The 92.9, 93 cents, depending on the feed, it was hit in a big mad rush on the announcement and rejected almost mechanically. I'm fine with that. It almost impossible unless you had a limit order up there because let's go back. Where was that? Yeah, there it was. So it spent seconds up there and it got rejected. That is the natural harmonic mechanical structure showing itself to you right there. You cannot look. When I say that I discovered harmonic patterns, okay, I didn't discover anything. I just recognized the combinations through years of looking at charts, years of assuming that these natural harmonic ratios are related to each other in the combinations, the proper combinations. Okay, they define those natural cyclical limits. That's what you're looking at on XRP. That's what I've been saying of why the rejection at 92 cents was so critical, to the point where I won't even mess with XRP until we have a full retest. If it's 37 cents on Bitstamp or one of these, or Binance, Binance is 31 cents. That's probably a better place to look at it. So be it. That would be the type 2. And that would be the logical spot if we're going to follow harmonic pattern framework to structurally look for that opportunity. It is really difficult. Listen, harmonic pattern phenomenon, okay, happens all the time. How much of it is executable is a challenge. It's not all executable. Part of the realistic perspective we have to maintain when we're looking at market behavior. No doubt about it. Who said that? Pete. What's up, Pete? Yeah, Pete is right. I mean, yeah, it would have been easy to set limit orders there, but I don't think that's logical because you really don't know until after the fact. I mean, we could And we recognize this fact that you look, the flash up to 92 and the rejection really was the first sign. It was there. But the failure to follow through and then the rollover, we were saying look lower. I was saying look, 55 cents, maybe back to 50, and then maybe XRP will show us something, but no. And this is the difficult part, the translation part of taking analytics and really applying it, integrating it into what you do with positioning. I'm not trying to take the wind out of the sails of crypto. I am just looking for type 2 beautiful ideal patterns because they mark the cyclical natural turning points. That's it. So you have to be there. So it's just a real factor of lining up your opportunities, realizing you're not going to catch them all. There are some that you're going to miss. The ones we focus on with confirmation give us those ideal price behavior, reaction moves. Okay, yeah, we're going to miss trades, but the ones with confirmation, structure, ideal setups are the easiest ones to connect with. And we've seen that QQQ and this whole type 1 correction we've gone through this month. For crypto, though, it's a different creature. It's telling you you're going to have to let this come in and let this setup present itself ideally, which is perfect to transition to the next one, which is Ethereum, which all along, we've been saying 2,000 on the top side, 1,800, 1,750. There has not been anything that has developed here on Ethereum. Go back to the daily, pattern-wise, and until it does, what I would look for after this test is give me some kind of pattern. Give me a bullish pattern within this consolidation as it picks up. We do have a couple of HSI signals down here at 1650, but there's no structure to trigger from. And so again, being ready to trade the market when the market's ready to be traded. That is so critical. And where we are here, we need to see I need to see some structures to define potential areas. You look at the 4-hour chart. Within all of this, we've managed to come all the way back to that deep crab at around 1580 on the 4-hour chart, but still just sideways action. I want to see some daily. Give me some daily yellow dots. Give me some kind of check back confirmation. It's not there. Not yet. Even on your daily with amplified RSI, we're deeply oversold here that you got to wait for that to pop out. Something like that. You're days away. Days. So I'm not a fan here of this, and we've been looking at these levels lower, and they're not giving you any kind of concrete action to jump on it. Cardano, number 4. Let's make that number 4. All the way back here already at 25 cents. I'm thinking 19 cents, kids. I'm thinking 19 cents on Cardano. Maybe 20 because it's the hop level off of the big crab pattern. And a lot of these are, it seems like with this most recent behavior, it's begging for the hop. It's begging to hit the hop level. And that's that. I mean, you can't fight it. I don't want to fight it. But it looks like it wants to trigger for that hop. Number 5, I guess we got to make it Binance coin because now that's back on the list for potential warning signs, failure. which is the reason why we looked at Binance Coin long ago, saying a failure under 240 or even 220 was a real problem. Binance Coin, something's going on. I said this yesterday to the members. So if I'm repeating myself for you guys, my apologies. But look, Binance Coin had, where is that? A couple patterns on the daily, but where's the other? It was a crab pattern that failed. I guess it was here at 244. Zero confirmation. Zero. And I think the Binance Coin situation, maybe that's the shoe that's about to drop. Maybe something's up over there at BNB CZ World. Hey, this is from weeks ago. 886, 76 bucks on Binance Coin. Full 886? Why not? Why wouldn't Binance Coin do a full 886 reset? I would think maybe. Yep. Don't like that action. And if you were looking at any kind of chart, regular, if this was any other traditional market, you would clearly say this thing's going to come back for a deeper retest. That's a breakdown. Keep an eye on it. Something else. And then we look at some of the other ancillary ones like Doge, where we were expecting this, looking for this to come all the way back down, 7 cents, 6.5 cents. But the way it's done it and doing it, there nothing there yet. I mean, you need to see some dots. I'm even going to say that with that kind of collapse, and it's really this thing that bothers me. It's this action from last week, that kind of complete disregard for any type of support and any kind of constructive buying behavior. All right, not there. We actually hit the hop level off the bat at 5.6 cents exactly, and that is the level. More so under 6 cents than 7 cents. Okay, but you need to see some yellow dots here. Absolutely need to see this thing kind of come together if it's going to stabilize. And my biggest worry with such a sharp breakdown, okay, zero conviction on support side, is that you do violate 5.5. So just let's step back. Let's wait for some dots. Let's let this thing do its, let it wash out, if you will. There's the weekly, and weekly's not really showing much. Yeah, I think so. I think you need a big event. Something's up. Something is up. What's up, guys? What's up, crew? Pete, audio is in and out for you. Let me know. Thanks, David. Appreciate that. We definitely have to just call it. I think this is also something about harmonics at the levels that when you are there and they do peculiar individual bar moves, you have to respect that. I mean, it's just you have to respect it. So Binance Coin, there's a problem there. Something's up. Doge needs some dots. These other ones, I mean, forget it. How about, I said this last time, and I hope to bury the hatchet here. Okay, stuff like fetch, great pattern. I mean, beautiful. Beautiful deep crab, but it didn't even get to a type 1. This is where we kind of put the lens of a harmonic pattern framework against the price action and describe it. Well, that was a great 1618 reaction, overbought, dot, overbought, nominal bounce, another overbought. Listen, fetch is going lower, and I think it's a 9.9 cent proposition here. Okay? That's what you're dealing with this kind of behavior, sideways action. You really have issues. You have to kind of respect it is what it is, and then continue to be patient on the long side if you're looking to get long. I don't. I want to see at this point some ideal, demonstratively ideal things unfold, and we have a few more of those. That until they get down there, tell your friends, kind of a thing. Tell your crypto friends. Like, here's Matic. So I see a lot of people talking, very favorably about Matic and this protocol and that layer two and number three and number four, whatever. It doesn't matter. Matic is a failed type 1 reaction that has to go to the hop at 40 cents until anything can transpire. Okay? So respect it. We're also deeply oversold. And these subtle movements are just devastating. You had a big deep test, and then you try to get out of the zone, and then you go back in to expand lower. Watch out. I mean, 40 cents on Matic could happen very soon, within days. Within days. Couple more. Who put up that? Hey, yeah, William. Yup. Render. Same type of thing. Render was another one. We were looking for this to come back to, I think it was like 170, 165 maybe, and no confirmation. Let me get. I think it was a back-to-back thing without. Yeah, there was no confirmation down here. Check out Render on the Type 2. I think it was 178 was the XA level, but it was still Type 1, Type 2 situation all over. A little bat, and when you came back down, you failed, and you're trying to throw a crab pattern somewhere down here, 125. No thanks. No thank you. Where is it? Not anywhere close. We were looking for these retracements and pullbacks. They failed miserably. Render's toast. Render fails the uptrend. Your whole move that started in November, none of these, zero, have yielded anything but a relative range-bound pop. This is the other one I talked about, this injunctive thing. INJ, USD, another favorite. I'd be really careful. Drop narrative quickly and look for the signals here. I see so many crypto people are really kind of dismissive of just technicals in general. This one's a great uptrend. It was one of the ones where it's like, hey, can we get something against that downtrend? You have a deep crab right now on a retest, though. I would have to be 5.47. Something like that. Yep. That translates to some of the other ones we looked at, like Bitcoin Cash. And I probably, the last time I'll say this. Okay? Bitcoin Cash to $90. That's all you need to know. It's a shark retest. Probably be the last time I say that. Because we don't have anything constructively here unfolding. That's that. It's a tough deal. You still see people talking about crypto in a way like it's a new cycle. Nope. Please, let's be really careful here. Structurally, this is a busted pattern. Binance coin busted. XRP full type 2. Couple more. Here's another one that was a great reaction, but that's all it is. Compound's already back. When was it 70? So if we can recognize this stuff because of the harmonic patterns, because we go into a type 1, type 2 situation, type 1, come all the way back, type 2. That's what's happening compound, but we already said that week, 2, 3 weeks ago. When it was at 55, that was failing. That's an issue. I just don't, I'm not crazy about it. Not crazy about it at all. A couple more. That relates then, we go to, what about the pullback on these crypto miners? Stay away. Stay away until they trigger something. Someone's saying Bit Digital. Yep. Just wait on it. There's nothing deep oversold. This is an issue as well. I'm seeing this in a lot of different charts right now. Crypto, especially expanding extreme readings. And you have to step aside and let that wash itself out. You're days away. Days and days. Let it be. Okay? Yep. Jump to the stocks, the other ones. So, perfect example, Overstock. That was another crypto play. I was looking for a pullback. Well, here you go. Okay, because we had this type 1 shark down to the 5.0 to 25 bucks. All right, so that was a first kind of place to be looking. But watch what's happening here. You know, it looked like this thing was really trying to do something where on your weekly basis, were we trying to crack the downtrend from last year, 2 years? And what happens here on the daily when you get down to that level? It's a type 1 shark, again, shark to 5.0. You're just expanding. So you have to wait on that. Let it go. Let it go. Hey, what's up, Vlad? Is it a possible bet to the 886 at 21K? It's something like that. It's something like that. It is not 26K, folks. Bitcoin is not 26K. Bitcoin is a 21, 23K proposition. All right, a few more of those others, all related to crypto. Sure, Square's a good one to look at. And all the way back down, there's patterns here. Okay, and they're doing big type 2s. With Square, it's like $51. En route to get there, we have another bat. Type 1, bang, type 2. But it's early. You need a couple of green bars in there. Yet you're really close. You're really close to triggering at least something on this retest, but I think it could get down, under back to 51. I think I mentioned that previously. You can also follow along with stuff like this, where we're oversold. On a lot of the stuff, we're oversold, but what's happening, it wants to go for a swim deep in the oversold area. Couple more in that area. I like early things. There's some things that are developing here. It's just early. Let's jump over to the other stocks really quick, like the QQQ, really quick. What happened in the last 2 days? QQQ, what was it? It was an ugly crab, back-to-back crab. So we're coming off of a recent crab pattern right now. I think we get as low as 360 today, 361 now. And check out what just happened. Literally first confirmation. So we're early in this move, folks. I would be looking for this thing to start giving back yesterday's, Friday's move, where we are a type 2 on the Qs. We could go as low as 358. It might take a day or two, but this is, you got some back-to-back things going on right now. Literally when we started today, yeah, about 20, I was a little late today, more than a little late today, but we just confirmed. So for the Qs, 364 area is critical, even though, incredibly, we kissed 366.57. I mean, it was just 366.56 was the high on the open this morning. Okay. Keep an eye on this larger development, like the crypto. We still have a ways to go for the Qs for today. Like I said, come back, retest the crab, 361. Those are some minimum targets. Stick with the framework. Really. It's what we have to do with crypto to get from here to there, if you're going to get to the halving cycle. Because where's the opportunity at the halving cycle? If the halving cycle is going to bring a bunch of knuckleheads in next year, and knuckleheads don't have to be individual people like you and me. They can be multi-billion-dollar companies who are ready just to throw darts. Doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. But it's not where we are now. And what could be shaping up is something larger flush, if you will. It really is. You got to watch this, and certainly the monthly close could be an issue. Couple more. Evan's saying he's trying to catch the BNB collapse. Yeah, I think that the better way to think about it, Evan, with all of those is the acceleration. Where is the acceleration in all of this? That's what I want to focus on. For crypto, maybe if Coinbase and the American exchanges can finally give us some futures to to short this, yeah, maybe I will participate in that fund, because I think, yeah, things like BNB would be a prime candidate if you have that ability to basically try to capitalize on that move. I think BNB is another Solana in the works. That's it. Couple more. Right now, Qs, keep an eye on that. The SPY, same deal. At least on the 5-minute. All right. Real nice bat pattern on the SPY. 437.40 for now. For today. Take a look at the daily time frame for SPY. Target one is still 420 and 419 to be exact, 419.99. With The larger breakdown trying to happen. I mean, that's what tried to go last week. Get under 436. Wasn't able to. But probably just going to take more time. You look at what's going on here. Okay, you're trying to get out of the oversold. Like I said, you're oversold. You are, but you haven't done the inflection, the pivot to get out of the way. Couple more. Let's take a look at, I think what's important is the weekly. Because weekly on HSI and a lot of other readings is down there trying to come out of the oversold. So let's see what's up. See if that can do it this week. It's not. Again, look at the candle. Even on the weekly, it seems like, since Friday, there's been a huge move. Not really. Not really. You're barely positive on the week still. The open was 437.55. You're 438 at the moment. Then let's go to some of the big ones. I mentioned this last time. I'm looking at the oil. Is oil not going to do anything you're hoping or I've been looking for? Things like Chevron or XLE or other ones to absolutely take off. And it's going sideways. This is the thing this time of year where we're waiting, position, you're positioning properly. You position in the right area. But then it goes sideways where it should be going up, especially once it gets out of the zone. Cannot get out of the zone. Chevron is a clear example of something, okay, should be acting a lot stronger. If we go to crude oil itself, remember crude oil's coming off of a bearish short-term pattern where, okay, that too says let's retrace for a little while. 1 second. All right, thanks. What's going on? Couple others. Well, let's just stay with that. Let's stay with what's going on here. Okay, watch crude oil, because if that rolls over and the rest of the market rolls over, you're going to have to digest more. And that goes into what we were talking about for September. Take a look at gold really quick. Trying to get oversold here, but not. And 1833 is still the target. This is all related to, got to take a look at those bonds, folks. 2-year and 10-year. So a lot of things are coming together right now. You're in that point where you're watching closely. Bonds, okay, bat pattern. 2 days ago, with the first confirmation off of that structure. We need to see if this is going to cap rates. If cap rates have just been kind of ticking higher and higher, yesterday was the check back. First bearish since that completed. That's the first bearish pattern. Up here, right around 5% on the 2-year. Are we going to see a cap in rates? Are we going to the hop level, 5.3? at the critical juncture here. You're looking for markets to come in and do their retracement structurally. Meanwhile, a counter market like bonds, and that's why crypto is hurting. Rates continue to rise. Let's go DXY. I'm all over the place today, but I think it's important to kind of grasp what all these ancillary markets are doing. Check it out. Dollar index. Whole bunch of stuff down here. Whole bunch. Popped recently off dollar index. Can we get to 105 finally? It's been a straight up move since July, and again, no reason. Same reason why this market topped out in July, started rolling over, and then this month has been just kind of trickling down. So I own that. I own a lot of that. I mean, these are all at critical junctures where it's not going to take more than a day, 2, 3 days most, and then we see how it reacts at these levels. Like we saw crypto kind of break down, just annihilate 28K, step back. It's saying it once more time. Let's go through the top 5 individual, please. Let's go through, because we got NVIDIA earnings. Here's Microsoft. I didn't even quite do that. Still looking for 308 despite the bounce recently. 308's that structural low. I think this is just short term. And yeah, 5-minute. There's the 5-minute structure again. And Microsoft itself, 5-minute chart here. Maybe we can check back today to 324 and get some kind of yellow dot confirmation. But the 5-minute pattern, that should cap it for now, in the same way this bullish pattern down here at 315 gave it temporary support. That's one. I think number 2, we can go NVIDIA with the earnings. Check out this volatility. Amazing. Amazing. I've been saying all along, folks, that 410, 415 on the downside for NVIDIA, 465 to the top side is the range, and I don't think that changes. We had a really nice bat pattern at 410, and we got back to the top end of the range, but can't get through. I wouldn't be surprised. You heard it here first. Earnings coming in tomorrow. Why wouldn't we come back for a type 2? That's it. Why not come back for that type 2? If you can do that and then go, that's a better spot. Can't really chase it here. But I'll be looking. I don't have, I mean, it's extremely volatile stuff, but look at the 5-minute action. This morning we were up another 10. Let me bring the pre-market extended action. There you go. Okay, a lot of trading trickery going on here. A lot of huge institutional market manipulation, in my opinion. Running it in the pre-market, dumping it on the open. I mean, it's pretty blatant here. I would not touch NVIDIA. I'm not afraid to step aside and let it happen. All right, give it time, but I'm just going to watch. If we got the type 2 bat pattern on NVIDIA, so be it. It's not there. Let's go number 3, Apple. Apple's the same deal. Apple's just a little pop today, but until we get to this 370 level, so close. So close. I'm going to watch it. It's a tough call because, look, we have a few dots, HSI signals, just shy of target 1. We would want the target 2. Excuse me, we want the type 2, the retest. All right, also the 4-hour chart. You have a couple of things down here. It's just a nice crab with a hop level at 174, but check out If we break this zone down, this is important. This stuff matters. All right, we had confirmation down here at 177, but what happens? Sideways for 2 or 3 days, and then you generate bearish signals. That's a warning sign, and you came all the way to the hop. So anything that happens here on Apple is just a temporary bounce. I really am not. I'm not concerned about it yet. And 170 is still the minimum daily level. Really tough. It's tough because a lot of this stuff seems like we had enough of a pullback and it's ready to go. It's not. It's not. So be mindful of that. Number 4, number 5, doesn't matter. Meta, not Meta, Meta. So here's Meta. 288. It is also, trying to generate a yellow dot on the daily, but this long-term uptrend off of the low is really what I'm looking at. What you want to see Meta be, if it's a bullish continuation, is essentially a little flush out of that downtrend, but you can't go any lower if that's the case. We have a yellow dot and another HSI that triggered yesterday. Okay, so, and that low off of yesterday on Meta, about 281. I don't have anything else there. I'm watching. Here's on the 4-hour chart was an alternate bat. But you're trying to generate another HSI, bearish signal here. So again, a lot of this stuff shaping up more just reaction off of Friday, yesterday. Let it be. If anything, let's look for continuation. 1 or 2 more. Do Netflix, Amazon, Google. There's Netflix, 4-hour. It's just a little bump here on the Gartley hop, 405. I still say 387 does get hit. You got a yellow dot here against this reaction. I would like to see 387. Why? Because, well, Tesla did it. And Tesla hit its target one pretty clearly and is bouncing. I mean, I'm impressed with that chart right there. I posted this. No yellow dot, no check back yet. What's Tesla doing today? It's flat. It was up earlier. I wouldn't be surprised to see this actually retest yesterday's HSI signal and then get a yellow dot. So 223 for me is still important support. I don't think that's quite ready. I mean, it looks like it looks good. Looking better for the retest up to 289, but almost there. That would be the ideal thing to see in Microsoft or Apple. Hit the target, generate HSI, even give me a dot, and then go. That would tell me it's over. Not yet. What do you guys think? I really, it's a spot where I continue to say, line up your long positions. Be patient going into this time frame, especially against the backdrop of the QQQ, the SPY. We also talked about the Russell yesterday, last session. But that too is just a bat pattern on the daily that just completed a type 1 and finally, is that today, giving you an HSI signal, but early. And that was the thing with a lot of these in the last yesterday, Friday session. They were hitting a lot of minimum objectives with HSIs trying to trigger themselves out of the way. So I'm closely watching. We'll come back here in on Thursday, and I think we'll really have a clearer objective of what's going on. One or two more. Here's something I've mentioned before. One of the stronger stocks, Caterpillar, that busted out to all-time new highs, could not continue. Looks like it's breaking down where target one is still 260. And this is one of many of these type of examples where you've got patterns at the top or close to the all-time top, unable to really do any kind of a breakout. If anything, triggered resistance. And Caterpillar, same deal. I mean, you come back to a minimum type 1. Not a surprise. A lot of these that were setting up for the larger move couldn't follow through. And then there's other ones here, really quick. There are other ones like the ARC investment that have come back into the zone, fully retested. Here you go. And there's a whole class of these type of stocks that we're looking to come back and retest a lot of the bigger patterns. I've mentioned that if it's Wolf Speed or Snowflake, ARC, PayPal, Shopify. Here's Shopify. Perfect example. Perfect type 1. But it's just a reaction off the crab pattern. Now 53.17 with the dot. That's probably one of the better examples I've seen where we have a big pattern off of from the basically last year's low. You form a big deep crab and go to a type 1 pullback target 1. There you go. That's the kind of thing that would get my interest to start looking. If we're going to get just a reaction and then eventually start to make our way back up for the type 2 return. One or two more. Here's one more, Shake Shack, kind of unrelated, but something that was trending, moving, fairly well, and until it didn't. And Shake Shack's another one here where it's a type 1 alternate bat. Couldn't get through target 1. And even on the daily, has, really not a heck of a lot here yet to looking for an entry. I would love to be in a long-term position of Shake Shack. Just hasn't set up yet. All right, here's the position, or here's what I'm looking for as we leave it for today. We want to look for the cues to come back. And this is kind of my nugget I'll leave everybody with today. I want the cues. I want the SPY to come back and retest those structures from yesterday on the regular trading hours charts for, there you go. Come back, retest that crab pattern. Also, you're coming back down on rejected off of these kind of HSI signals. Retest that, or is it hourly on the cues, on the extended hours? Or here you go. Yeah, I mean, even on the hourly chart for the cues, we just generated, at the top of this hour, we generated a bearish HSI signal. That's going to drive you at least back to retest Hey guys, sorry. Yeah, that hit off again. I don't know. What I'm saying is just stay with that Bitcoin drop down into the 23 level, and we'll take it from there. But there's nothing here that would, really satisfy my taste for a potential setup. I think you got to just sit back and watch. If you're looking for crypto, looking for those, be patient. All right? Thanks, guys. Yeah, appreciate that. Listen, we will do the 0DT option, and that'll be September 14th. If you guys need to get on to one of the other programs, listen, especially with the options, I'm working on the eSignal platform. Go to the basic member page. That's there. But again, everyone take the trial to TradingView, HPC at sr-analyst.com. Until next time, you have any questions, get to me at harmonictrader at gmail. And hang in there, folks. It's quiet, but it's ugly. And we'll see how it shapes up on Thursday. Until then, as always, go get them. We'll see you then.